Yo yo, what up? It is Friday, November 22nd, and it is time for the 13th Legacy Elusive target, known as the FIXER, in Marrakesh. Let's go ahead and watch the briefing.
Good afternoon, 47. Your target is Xander Haverfok, attaché at the Swedish Consulate in Marrakesh. We are expecting him to meet a courier in the city to facilitate the transport of a consignment of diamonds on behalf of Klaus Hugo Strandberg. You must both retrieve the package and eliminate the target. We have been unable to obtain any information on where this package is located, so you will need to shadow either the target or the courier to discover its location. The clock is ticking, 47. Good luck.
Alright, so here's the intel. Now, I need to stress two things. There are two, arguably not very obvious fail conditions that are implied by these objectives, and I remember at the time when this elusive target first came out in the first Hitman game, people were up in arms about how it wasn't clear that you can fail if, number one, you somehow take out the target before he meets up with the courier, or number two, you take out the courier before the courier gets the diamonds, right? So basically the diamonds here, they are in some sort of randomly generated street vendor's place, and there's no way to really get them until the courier himself meets with the street vendor. So if you disrupt what happens there, then it'll never happen, and so you can never achieve this objective. So you'll just automatically fail, and that's no good because then you can't play anymore. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna just let the whole transfer between the street vendor and the courier just happen behind the scenes as we get ready to intercept them after the fact, right? So in that sense, there really is no time pressure. The method I have in mind doesn't require you to bring anything at all. So yeah, you could just have, you don't have to have anything unlocked. You could start at the regular entrance. If you have a poison syringe, that will help, but again, you don't need it, so I'm just going to bring nothing, and we are going to go ahead and just do this.
Good afternoon, 47. The situation in Marrakesh is unstable, and we believe a coup is imminent. This will provide cover for your operation. Our intelligence indicates the target entered the Swedish consulate, but has not been spotted since. The courier is already at the cafe in the city center. Good hunting.
Alright, so right away I ran to the left. I picked up a wrench and a screwdriver. The wrench is what matters. I'm going to come up here, chuck it at the headmaster's head, and pick up the key. That's the only reason why we're here. And we're going to be paranoid about leaving bodies around, so we'll just throw the headmaster's body into that box over there. And then just quickly run out of here. Remember, we only came here for the key.
I might surprise you yet. Anyway, go on.
Hello, come in.
Yep, up and away.
Then we are going to run over to the shoe shop. I do want to leave a gun here so that the guard, one of these guards is always patrolling, right? I want to leave a gun so that we can get him to stop patrolling. So what we'll do is we'll kind of just leave it in this doorway. That's just to speed things up. If you don't want to take a chance, because you can kind of be spotted, right? So if you don't want to take a chance and you don't want to be seen dropping a gun, which will instantly bust you, you could also do this part later.
Shit! I forgot to leave the all-access keycard in the parking garage.
You kidding?
I need to get back there before EXO tears me a new one.
All right, I'll hold down the fort. Take the tunnel. It's way faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so the important thing is you just wait until their conversation's over. As soon as they start walking away, you could just follow this guy, take him out, his body, Pick up your stuff. You can also pick up this hammer over here if you want. At this point, this guy will be like in this room.
Pretty elaborate.
So you can chuck things at his head too. You're gonna want his uniform. And we're gonna be paranoid about bodies, so put him in the box. At this point, this guy, the patrolling guy, should have found your pistol. So then he'll be putting it in that box. So we can knock him out like that and get it back. And then we can just drag his body over here. Again, if you don't want to take the chance by leaving the pistol there, being caught dropping the pistol by the doorway, then you could do that part here. Just drop the gun here and then wait for the guard to find it, and then just do the same thing. Okay, so at this point, you want to run out and to the left.
Salute, soldier.
And then you'll see why we want the headmaster's key. Because I just find it easier to get in this way. So our next objective is to pick up an officer's uniform. And in my opinion, the easiest one to get is this one. So we want to unlock 3 doors. And then, okay, so when he's at that desk right there facing us, his next move will be to walk around and have his back towards us, like that. So there's 2 ways to do this. We could either open the door and throw a coin this way, or we could just knock him out when his back is turned. I'm gonna favor it this way because the timing with the other guard doesn't work out right now. But you also want to make sure that that guard is not near the corner when you throw the coin, otherwise he'll hear it instead and he'll go for the coin. Okay, so yeah, just knock him out like that. Take his stuff, and then at this point, when that guard's leaning out the window, you have plenty of time to drag the officer into this box. Because after the window, he just keeps his back towards you, like that. So, yeah. So the other way to do it, depending on these 2 guards' relative timing, is, you know, if he has his back turned because he's standing over here, and the officer is like sort of in this position, you could also just come in, take this guy out, drag his body to the box, like that. Anyway, so once you get his outfit, you want to come up this way. And there are 2 people in this school that you need to be careful of, which is the general and that officer right there. But it shouldn't be too hard to dodge them. Oh, actually, and that officer there. So we want to dismiss
General Satan's order.
A bunch of people up here.
You're dismissed. General Satan's order.
Hey, slow down, friend, huh?
It's important that we do this because dismiss this guy who goes up and down the
You're
stairs too.
dismissed. General
So
Satan's
that's 3.
order. You're dismissed.
That's 4.
General Satan's order. You're
That's
dismissed.
5.
General Satan's order.
And I think this guy can dismiss too.
You're dismissed.
Just like
General Satan's
run by so this guy, the officer, doesn't see you. I think I counted 6 dismissals. And now the general's coming back up. So the reason why we want to dismiss all these people is because at some point the courier is going to come this way, and we have an opportunity to like take him out over here and stuff his body into this closet. But because the guard patrols are like all over this hallway, there's a high chance that one of them might see you knocking out the courier here. So by dismissing them as an officer, you can just remove them from the equation. The courier is not going to be here until about the 11 or 12 minute mark. So for now, the only other thing we can do to improve our position is to lure out one of these guards and to stuff him in this thing as well. But I'm going to be extra careful since we have plenty of time. Gonna wait for the general to not be on this floor. Because, I think you can get really unlucky and he might have a sight line here, perhaps. Maybe I'll try it now, actually.
Man, got some strange noises here. Looking into it. Over.
Okay, yeah, so that was a good opportunity. Alright. So yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna run back down to the first floor and wait until I see the courier coming. If you want, you can also dismiss these guys too. I don't think you need to.
You're dismissed. General Satan's order.
It's fun to do it anyway.
You're dismissed. General Satan's order.
That's 3 more dismissals on this floor. You can't dismiss everyone, unfortunately. I can't dismiss these guys. You should be safe out here. No one here can spot you as an officer. And the courier should come from this corridor, I believe.
Yeah, I heard it. His brother was one of the policemen that killed Mark's attacks whenever to prison transport this building. So he got cold feet, tried to blow the lid on the whole operation. Not smart, but what are you doing? I'm just glad I wasn't in the firing squad. I hear you.
There he is right there. That should be the courier. He has a pretty distinctive looking hat, and he's got that red cardigan or whatever tied around his neck. Alright, so just to recap, the first part will be to take him out and grab the diamonds, and then we're going to go for the target. Now, if you want to be super safe and you want to have the ability to restart, don't pick up the diamonds. As soon as you complete that objective, you can't restart anymore, unless you do the whole like disconnect your computer from the internet trick. But barring that, what we'll do is we'll take him out, we'll stuff his body, but we'll just leave the diamonds on the floor until we're ready to come back for them later. It's a lot more work to come back, but I'd rather just play it safe like that. You don't need to worry about, like, no one can come and pick up those diamonds. They're safe, no matter if they're just like hanging out on the floor, it's fine. Alright, so here's the courier. The other possibility I'd considered but hadn't really tested was to clear out this room over here. Like, take that guard out in advance and then draw the courier in when he's in this position. I may have done that in the past, I don't recall, but I know it's tricky because these guards could just as easily hear the noise and they could be the ones to go in. So we're going to go with our way of doing this. Yeah, the courier should just be here for a few minutes and then he'll go upstairs. Again, don't get careless, don't let, like, the general see you. I might as well just go upstairs now while there's an opening. Okay, there's the courier. He's going to go up the stairs, and then once he comes up the stairs, he'll come directly into this room, and he'll walk along this way. So at this point, that's when you want to, like, throw the coin over by the closet. So he's coming up the stairs. I'm not liking the general's position, but I think he should be fine. Alright, cool. We're good. Alright, so make sure no one sees you pick up the diamonds if you decide to pick them up. I'm not going to pick them up right now. I'm going to come back for them later. Yeah, see that you want to make sure you're cognizant of where the general is when you take this guy out. And notice that I found it to be helpful to try to, like, when you chuck the thing at the guy's head, to do it from this position, because then these guys won't be able to see you throw it. Yeah, maybe throwing coins can help. It'll give you more time, because they'll spend the time actually bending over to pick up the coin. And when they do that, you'll know, like, that they won't be able to see you, because they won't be spinning their heads around. Alright, so now I'm going to go after the target. When you exit, I'm going to go left. So the target is obviously in the consulate. We'll come around this way, we'll hop this wall. Totally allowed to be here, so you don't really need to be stealthy. And then no one here can see through your disguise, which is great. And since we got the key card from the very first set of guards that we took out, you should be able to just run across here and then use the key card. Okay, so be careful. We're going to want to take this guy out, but we'd be trespassing as an officer if we even go slightly up these steps. Like here. So just be careful, depending on where he is. Like, don't just casually run up those steps.
Massage expert Connie Engstrom. Report at the reception desk. That was Connie Engstrom. Please go to the reception desk.
We're gonna wait for him to come back around and then start heading up those stairs again. Again, give him a wide berth, because you're trespassing up here. And then try to knock him out. Oops. Hate when that happens.
Hi, I think I heard something. Moving in to see what?
I was gonna say, try to knock him out before he gets to the top of those stairs. Okay, so then you want to pick up his disguise so you're not trespassing. Don't worry too much about this guard, because he doesn't come out this way. There's this guard who does come out this way, but he's not a spotter. So make sure the target isn't around, and then chuck this at his head when his back is turned. Make sure he doesn't get around that corner when you take him out. Then you can dump him over in this room. And the reason why you want to clear that guy out is because you don't want him to catch you moving this guy. Into that same box. Or if you saw that he just passed by, then you don't have to take him out. You can just move this guy during that window. Okay, so we're still good with the bodies. Every body has been hidden. As a security guard, you want to be careful of the guards by the stairs, as well as that other guard who like comes in and out of this room. But for the most part, you'll be okay, as long as you stay close to this right side. What we're gonna do is, I found that this target is not very responsive to like distractions. So on my main account, I was able to find a way to like isolate him and kill him over here, and stuff his body in this closet right here. For some reason, it's illegal to unlock this door, so we'll just do it now when we know no one's around. There is actually the target across this atrium.
Research expert Connie Engstrom reported the reception desk.
We're just gonna have to wait until he and Strandberg enter in this way. He doesn't seem very responsive with noise. Now, if you find an opportunity out in the open to take him out when no one's looking, you can use a poison syringe. And that way it won't matter if his body is found. Which is why I said a syringe would be helpful, but not necessary. Because we're going to try to stuff his body. Alright, that's the target right over there. Alright, when he comes this way, should be your chance. Because he should be coming in through this door next. Hopefully he does. Okay, I'm just gonna try to distract him with a coin. Okay. You can distract Strandberg, but not really.
No, this is stupid.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna improvise here. If we distract Strandberg, that's okay, because the target follows Strandberg. So what I'll do is
security. You look well prepared.
Once Strandberg starts to leave, just bump into this guy a few times to put some space between them, and then that'll give you an opportunity to take him out. Do whatever you want.
Target eliminated.
And then, like, just stuff him in that closet. So now that we can no longer restart, we have to make sure we don't make any mistakes. We're gonna go back and try to pick up those diamonds. Okay, make sure no one's around. No one should be here. Officer disguise. then basically we're just going to backtrack all the way to the diamonds, pick them up, and then get our suit back and leave. If you already picked up the diamonds, then you could just get the suit if you want and just leave.
Officers Club tonight, sir?
Alright, so just head back the same way as before. And again, just be careful that you know where the general is. As well as that officer right there. And again, make sure no one can somehow see you pick up these diamonds. Okay, now we're good.
Good work, 47, as always.
We're gonna get out of here before
the
general sees us. Should be no spotters on this floor. If you want to run for the exit, obviously you can go ahead and do that.
Present arms.
Otherwise, I'm going to get my suit back. And you'll see why, you know, I took out that patrolling guard earlier. It's not hard to get around him in your suit, but very first time I played this one, that's what ruined a Silent Assassin run for me for some reason, so... yeah, I just somehow screwed that one up. Let's have a coin out. Yeah, but anyway, by doing it this way, you don't have that patrolling guard. Once you hop this, you're pretty much free.
Looking sharp today, sir.
Alright, that's pretty much the show. Obviously not very simple, unfortunately. A couple of times where you have to like take some risks, but hopefully it's not too difficult for you. Yeah, that's the most straightforward way I can think of to do this one. Congratulations to those doing it in 8 minutes. As of the time of this recording, which is not even 2 hours into this contract, so I'm sure we'll get some faster players after this. That's the show. I will see you guys next time.